Niggas be
He
hating.
just high school
I'm not
football.
hating. I'm just
He graduated
I'm
10.
just
And
saying.
I think 2
Nigga,
years
if you
older
got-
than
Yeah,
me.
if you get offered
Damn.
the Texas,
If you got
you're not-
potential-
you're
Stop.
not
Bro,
trash.
why?
That don't
Bro,
make
think
you-
about
that
why
make
was
you-
he
that
doing
don't
what
make
he was
that
doing
makes
when
you
he was
not
so
trash.
young, bro?
Anyway,
I ain't
man.
know because he played with Evan.
Man, forget all that. Hey,
Evan
yo,
was
welcome
alright.
to a whole lot of nothing podcast, man. A podcast about a whole lot of nothing. I don't even know what episode this is. We gonna have to
Nigga,
put it on
F that episode. We here.
We here right now.
there.
in
Yeah,
the
man.
flesh.
Well, you know, we got the whole crew in here today, man. To
Yes,
my left,
sir.
we got Bobby.
It's your boy B.Y., man.
But to my other left, we got Mill.
Big Mill, a.k.a. Mill Lotto, a.k.a. Mill from the Cliff. What's happening, y'all? We back in this thing.
Yes, sir. And then to my right, we got John.
It's your boy Hollywood, man. Hollywood in the evening, man. You know how we do it out here. Slow jam.
Yeah,
In
slow
the
jams. Yeah. Quiet storm.
Uh,
And then far right, we got EJ.
Hey.
That's your boy EJ, aka Jizzle. You feel me? E with the CBD.
Get in.
We here.
And you got your bowling champ.
This.
Come on.
I had to
Because I
flex
wasn't
on him.
there.
I was waiting on him.
Because I wasn't there.
Bowling champ.
Your boy, by default, your boy
He's
was
over.
I
there.
wasn't there.
Hey, Big
Exactly.
Zo out there throwing
Light
strikes.
skinned twins wasn't there.
Get in.
Hey, man.
It's probably
Hey,
got
we need to
10th
get a
place if
T-shirt
y'all
with the
was
light
there.
skinned twins.
Man, y'all can see me
We
on
probably got 10th place if y'all was there.
Oh, okay.
Boy,
What place do we get?
Hey, man, it don't matter. Your boy out
It
there
don't
got that
matter.
bowling, hey, 200 Club, man. If you want this action, you can get it.
Hey, real quick. This weekend, your boy on Sunday went to Blue Martini on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, Legacy West?
Hey, man.
You don't know about Blue
Hey,
Martini, man.
Hey,
on
that's where the
Sundays.
old
You don't
schools
know.
is at, brother.
They in there. Hey,
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
they
Greg
in
told me
there,
about it.
brother.
Hey, Greg,
yeah?
Barbara, he said, hey, man, you been at Blue Martini? I'm going to go Sunday, man. We were there from like 3 to 9.
Hey, nah, bro.
They
And
were in
are
there.
In there, bruh.
Are you serious?
Hey,
Are
I
you
went
serious?
with yeah,
It's a nice setup.
yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm about
For
to-
real.
Okay.
In a
Might
major
have to
way.
check that
But
out.
yeah, I thought I was like, man, hey, with my
Get your
boys,
older
you
woman,
know,
E.
26,
Get your older
27.
Get your older one.
Sophisticated. Little cool.
You
Do
know, they
like
can
them
treat you
older
right.
women.
Nah, they got the live music, bro.
Yeah, it's a nice.
It's jamming,
the setup
bro.
is perfect.
Perfect.
The ambiance is perfect. I ain't gonna lie.
Air conditioned too.
I haven't really,
with
I
the
haven't
with
been
the
on a Sunday,
Yeah, I
Oh,
haven't
nice.
been, period.
but
Yeah.
I went. We tried to go like a happy hour, and it was like daytime, wasn't it? Sunday, just during the
Mhm.
week. Not the same vibes, but
Yeah.
I mean, but Blue Martini, yeah, them one I've heard great things about.
success
it.
So
You
let's
second
join
person.
out.
Yep,
Thanks.
yep. So hey, we got a eventful week.
Yeah.
Everything happened, man. With you went to Blue Martini, we had the little bowling event. But before we get into that, definitely got to shout out Radio Therapy.
Facts.
Can't
Sir.
forget that. Shout out Terrence Radio
Boy.
Therapy, especially he the one that put us on that bowling, man.
Yeah.
Hey, it was a good time. We had a real good time
Hey,
out there.
it was. Hey, man.
Old school cats.
Like for real, boys. That's a vibe, man. Like
Yeah.
the little, yeah.
Y'all had the interview
Spanked
stuff,
y'all
too,
in
huh?
both.
Yeah.
Boys at the interview. Hey, I won.
Hey, boy, it's pretty
I
solid
won a
on
few
the
door
board.
prizes myself. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Hey,
You know
wow,
what I
yeah,
mean?
one prize. All I gotta say is it was a zebra in there.
Oh.
That's a horse, but
Sheesh.
Yeah.
God
Sheesh.
almighty.
Stallion.
God almighty.
She came in that thing
Packed and ready to go.
like a
Dragon.
like
Dragon.
Clyde
Away.
did.
no,
Like
like
Clyde did.
like she was a minotaur.
Man, she
said,
knew.
Sheesh.
She knew exactly what she was doing.
For real.
Was she younger or was she older?
She was
older.
OG.
Older,
Nah,
like
she
50
was dragging
club.
that wagon.
Yeah, she was 50 club,
Man.
but nigga, she knew
Picture
it was gonna
this.
be some old players in there.
Oh,
Picture this. Ass on the wall, back not even
Can't
touching.
even touch it.
back so far from that ball, it's ridiculous.
This
I'm-
is the
She
bowling.
was bowling
alley.
too?
Nah.
Nah, she was just walking around.
She
Hey,
looked like she
speaking
had two bowling balls
Oh,
on her.
Now we talking.
Hey, me.
Hey, speaking of which, though, we
Alright.
might need to throw a little, you know what I'm saying, a little bowling event.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Facts.
facts.
Yeah, we
Facts.
don't have to
And I
talk
can-
about it. Yeah, we're gonna do a little something.
Facts.
We gotta put the whole lot of nothing on the road, man.
Yeah.
Let
Hey,
folks see our
Come see
face.
your boys in person. You
Live
know,
and
signing autographs, everything.
check your boys out.
Check your boys out. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So definitely, man, we want to get right into some of the conversation that we have. Sports was a little bit, you know, we ain't got basketball no more.
Hey, free agency
The
though.
draft.
Free agency was pretty straight.
And the draft.
Come on, man. Nobody watched the NBA draft.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I did.
Hey, I ain't gonna
I
lie.
paid
Some
attention.
talent. It's some
I
talent in it.
I watched the
Just some
beginning of it.
First
Yeah,
10
talent in
picks.
this
I mean,
draft.
you
First
watch
10
it because
picks, I
ain't nothing like it. Just
Yeah,
kind of like what
but-
else you got to do? It's your last little taste of sport. It's like your
Well,
last thing.
And
Free
then
agency
plus
starting
Zion and
July.
RJ Barrett, so that's
Before-
why.
Who?
Yeah.
Zion and
Oh,
we
yeah,
knew
RJ.
that. We knew that more.
I mean,
And
but you
Ja.
still want to see like their reactions.
Hey, did y'all see that? Did y'all see that?
Hey, them
meme
boys
where
pretty
was
emotional,
like Zion
man.
on media day, and then they had Ja right under there. Bro, everybody and their mama was taking pictures of Zion, bro. The number 2 pick, it was only like 3 media in there, bro. That was crazy.
I remember that.
It's tough.
Man,
That's tough, dog.
Use it as motivation. What did D Wade and
But that nigga didn't have nobody at his table.
That's what I'm saying. He can like
No, it was
said
nobody.
frame that picture and then use that as motivation.
Nigga
Oh, yeah,
frame
yeah.
that hoe and get his ass done dirty.
And then he sorry.
Hold on. Who y'all talking about?
There's a picture on the internet of Zion. It's on media day, and Zion got all these reporters. around him,
okay.
and the other dude,
Yeah.
ain't
What?
got nobody.
Yeah, dude was from.
Nobody.
He like went to
Like
Georgia
foreign.
or something, but he
Yeah.
I think he was foreign or something.
He was a first rounder, though.
I mean, it is what it is. He's still gonna get that paper,
Yeah.
get the hoop.
He
so.
said, but hey, he said he's still gonna be sorry
Hey,
in the business.
Darius,
That's
hey,
stupid.
one dude though, Darius Garland. Watch that dude.
From
Yeah,
Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
He with
That boy
Cleveland, so
nice.
it's gonna be kind of,
Him and,
it's gonna. He'll be under the radar, so that can help his game. But
Him and
Honestly, I think he better than
no,
Than Sexton right now.
Oh, Sexton.
He's a better shooter for
yeah.
sure.
So he gonna get.
Yeah, but
you know what I
Sexton.
mean?
I mean,
No, Sexton average 15 a game, bro.
yeah.
Might have been more than
For
that.
the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I
It
guess.
doesn't matter.
Might have been
Yeah.
more than that.
It
Though.
doesn't matter.
They're the
He was a
worst
rookie.
team in the
He was a
NBA.
rookie though.
Yes, exactly.
He was the second pick.
But
in
you're
the
still
draft.
playing against NBA teams.
and
you still
you
average
still
15
are a
points a game.
second pick in the draft. I'm gonna give you the ball. It's because you're my investment.
I mean, but you still have to perform. Though.
This is what I love
You
about
get the
It's a-
ball, but you like you still have to perform.
This is what I love about this podcast, because no matter how much we talk right before this show about what we gonna talk about,
Boys,
once
don't
we
talk
get to
about
this
sports.
sport, it's over with. It's out of my hands at this point.
Yeah.
I
Hey.
can't even control it. I told y'all specifically what we going on.
Boy.
We talked about it anyways, but
We're
nah.
talking about LeVar.
Well, whatever. So we're gonna take a different twist on this sports talk. We're gonna make it a little bit more interesting, I hope. So first thing, I want to get to the Lavar Ball getting banned from ESPN.
And start with this brother to my left.
Shouldn't have been
So-
a situation to begin with.
Yeah.
but,
So giving a backstory.
Yeah, get
He's
a
on
backstory.
first take. He's on first take.
Hey,
Get a backstory,
I
nigga.
see you.
Yeah.
I know. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first take, Lavar Ball's on there, and he on there pretty often, and so he goes in and he's Molly is the lady host. They always have lady hosts on first take for people that don't watch it.
Yep.
Why do they have a lady host?
I
So,
mean-
get a whole backstory.
Well, I think
Gender equality.
gender equality
Yeah,
for
gender
one.
equality.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
but
Lady
is she
Touch.
ugly?
Nah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
Just make
teach
sure.
his own.
Just
I
make sure.
mean,
Okay,
But
don't
that-
know what that has to do
Yeah,
with
with
it. But
any-
go ahead.
Everything to do with
Go ahead.
I mean, okay,
'Cause
yeah,
if-
Jamil Hill. I mean, but both.
She ain't on first take.
No, but she had her own. Either way, but like I think they try to do like gender equality on there. Obviously, I
It's a Disney
appeal.
company,
It helps.
so they got to.
It helps.
Right.
But I'm not going to act like she don't know nothing about sports. She's just there. Like,
She married to an NBA basketball player. She knows something about sports.
okay. Anyway, but the story. So they're having a discussion with Lavar Ball, and she says, Lavar, can I switch gears with you for a minute? Is what she said.
So what she said was, LeVar, I have a question. LeVar, can I switch gears with you? I have a question.
That's not what she said.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Verbatim on.
Verbatim. That's not what
I
she
mean,
She
it's-
said,
Can I?
I
switch?
have
But the
a
thing
quick-
was-
Pass my phone. We
she
can
said,
have
I
a
have a she said, I have a question, and it stopped right there. And then she said, can we switch gears with you? She
Lavar,
said,
can I
second.
switch? She said, Lavar, can I switch gears?
Just
Oh,
with
yeah.
you for a second. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
And
Can,
then
and
LeVar
then she
said-
said, can I switch gears with you for a second? I have a question.
Right.
All
And
right.
then Lavar Ball responded by, "You can switch gears with me at any time."
Yeah, LeVar said, you can switch gears with me anytime.
And then she
Meaning you can
she
change
was
the
started.
topic anytime.
But
And
I
then-
mean, but
Huh?
her facial reaction was like, oh.
And she was like,
Stephen A. Smith said, "Oh, brother."
nah, Stephen A. said, oh, my Lord.
Oh,
That's
whatever.
exactly what he
Yeah.
said.
After her reaction.
But she said, oh, let's stay focused here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah, that's what she
Yeah,
said.
but that's her perception of it. So
Right.
I mean, to Bobby's point, maybe his body language could have been better, but at the same time, that's
She
just
can't
wrong.
see him.
I mean,
Yeah, but
No,
She
it's
can't
what-
see him.
She
No,
can
but
see him.
he has a
He's on the screen.
backstory. He got a
Nigga,
backstory.
Neil,
It's
she
a
can see
screen.
her, fam.
Yeah, like she
It's
can
a-
see him.
I mean,
No,
she-
she's not. She's looking
this
at a
person-
teleprompter, bro. She's not looking at a screen.
Yes, she is.
She's looking at a
Bruh,
teleprompter.
it shows both screens on there when you see the interview.
That's what you see.
No,
First
she-
off, they're in a remote location. They shoot in Connecticut.
Okay,
They
okay.
hold on.
So when
hold
Shannon
on.
Sharp isn't there on Undisputed, they still show Shannon on the screen next to Skip.
They do. They show you that.
No, they show.
They're not showing, bro. When you're, okay, hold on. What are you looking at right now when we taping this?
This is not the same.
Hold on. How is it not? It's media.
Well,
It's
not the same.
media.
Anyway, so
Nigga,
so,
we not talking to nobody.
Anyway,
Neil.
because we're not discussing with anyone. So why would we look at somebody?
Why would you look anywhere other than the camera if you're talking to a camera, bro?
Bro, they got the
Because you're
screen
talking
of
to
the
somebody.
person you
You're
talking
talking
to.
to-
It's recording the,
Yeah, we're
the
not
whole
talking
area.
to nobody. Like there's nobody. We're having a dialogue back and forth.
Right.
Bro, they're looking dead at the camera the whole time. They're not looking like, oh, I'm gonna look at your body language.
But
no, they're looking
hold on.
dead in the camera.
Okay,
bro.
I'm
You can
having
look at
feedback.
their eyes.
Hold on.
All right,
Hold on.
Go
I got
ahead.
a perfect response to this. When they even when they're in the studio, and when somebody's out of the studio, there is a monitor that shows you what you're looking at. When there's a camera, when you're doing this, you have the camera that you're looking at, but you also have a screen that shows you what's actually being visual on camera. Like when they change camera scenes, that way you know, okay, camera switch, boom, I'm looking at this camera. There's also typically there's a prompt that shows
I
you
agree.
what's actually being shown
I
on
agree.
TV.
On TV, yes.
So you
I
see
agree.
them.
So what I'm saying is, when they're doing live, they're
But
doing
get to your
live
point.
shows.
Get to your point. What
My
you're saying
point
with that.
is, Stephen A. didn't react immediately after LeVar Ball said that. Stephen A. reacted when Molly said, "Oh, let's stay on topic." Then he said, "Oh."
Nigga, but Stephen A. looked at that nigga crazy.
After she said that,
No, sir.
I think people's natural perception of LeVar
Is
is
that
what
he
got
say
him in
something
trouble.
like
But
that.
Is
that's
what
why.
got him in
But
trouble.
for me, that's why they put him on ESPN.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's no reason why you would have LeVar on there. He didn't play in the NBA.
Mhm.
there is a reason.
I mean, he got his son.
The son's a
who-
number 2 pick.
But how did even his son got as a number 2 pick because of his antics and what he was talked about? LeVar Ball is probably, you can argue, maybe more popular than his kids,
For sure.
and it's because he
What
said outrageous
did I
things.
tell you a long time ago? He gonna get in the way of
He's not getting
Lonzo
it.
I don't
Price.
think-
But
protecting.
fuck, excuse me.
But
F all that.
yeah.
Was he wrong?
No.
Nah, I don't
Why?
think he's wrong.
I don't think he was wise, but yeah, I mean, but say why you don't think he's wrong though.
Why was he?
Well,
yeah.
because I kind of put it on Molly, honestly, because I mean, you
So
know,
toxic.
nah, I'm just saying, you
Just
know,
a chauvinist,
she's an
just
attractive
man,
woman.
just-
You know what I'm saying?
How
She's
you
married
just
to
treat women out here.
she's
just
married to an NBA
talking
player.
just-
I don't know. Molly just gives me these vibes where it's like she's always looking for somebody to be
Shooting at her.
shooting at her.
Exactly.
Based out, that's
Nigga.
that's fair to say.
I,
That's
What
such-
vibes? Hold on.
it looks like
Just-
she
I
always
mean,
wants
just
somebody.
give me an
I
example.
don't
Sexist pig.
Okay, it's
But
like
just
she's
give
a-
me an example.
Sexist pig.
No, I'm just saying. Okay, if you say like this is.
I mean,
like
you
she's
can
doing-
womanizer.
Okay, but how does she give you vibes that
so
she's
you
always
can-
that
you
she
feel
feels like
people.
niggas trying to get at her?
Vibes, nigga. That's
I don't
where
know,
vibes
man.
come
Just
from.
It's a
just from
job,
this
though.
just from this
Make you feel
interaction
comfortable.
with LeVar Ball, and then it just seems like if you even
You think
tell
she
a
want
good
LeVar?
morning.
You think she
No,
want
no,
LeVar?
No, but
If you
she's the
even tell a
type
good
of
morning
woman
in the
that'll
office-
think
sorry,
that
I-
We
LeVar
don't know
shooting
her
at
though. We don't know. That's not a fair assumption.
You can,
No,
bro.
That's
We watch
not
it.
fair
We watch it
at
every
all,
day.
fam.
That's
But
like
at the same time, man,
First take you see her every day.
that's like her booty
But-
was out, so I had to slap it.
nah,
He
but-
didn't do
but
anything
at the same
physical, so
time-
that doesn't apply. So what are you talking about?
But bro, that I don't.
That's,
I don't.
hold on. That's like him seeing a booty and saying, "Ooh, how you doing?"
All right, we.
Oh, that was sexual. Don't do that to me. That's basically what you're saying.
But bro,
Okay, anyway,
going
man.
back to what you're saying, I don't think it's fair for you.
That's my
to-
perception. I mean,
But-
I'm not saying
just
that
based
this
off
is-
the way
What-
that
what
she's
made
because she's pretty.
No,
Yes.
no, just
Yes.
I mean, but
Yes.
also,
But you embarrassed
Yes.
her at her job. That's her place
but-
of work.
but
How did
not
he embarrass her?
how did
He
embarrass
said
her?
the exact same
Hold
thing
on,
she said.
hold on, Mill. Because she's pretty, you
Yeah.
think it?
Nah,
You,
I do.
and because of her reaction to this LeVar Ball situation,
The way she handled the situation, I think is because she's pretty, bro.
to
Wow.
where
Why
she
you
thinks
think? Why you think it's?
to where she thinks that men are always trying to hit
Hit
on
on her, yeah, bro.
her. To where that's not even the case.
So you've seen this
so you think
Like,
that just
I'm
because
going
she's
off
pretty?
experiences
Other
with pretty women,
other
bro.
occasions y'all
Because,
seen
no,
this?
because of her reaction to this situation. But then also by what I'm saying, by her body language, and I think her perception of herself is, oh, I'm pretty, I'm married to a
If
to a-
any-
to
And I
an
think,
NBA
and I think, and
player.
I think that's not fair to,
Hold on,
to
hold
make
on.
an assumption
Okay, go ahead.
and react based off of what your assumption of someone is.
Right.
But that's what she did.
Hold
That's
on,
what
hold
she
on,
did.
hold on.
That's what she did.
Hold on. As men, especially in this Me Too movement, are reacting to assumptions is what gets you in trouble. You just can't. Just
He didn't
assume.
react to an assumption. She reacted to
Yeah.
an assumption.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
And now
No,
a black
no,
man
no,
got
no, no.
banned on the
But
national-
I'm saying, I'm
but
bringing it. I'm
you
just
s-
bringing that to the conversation as whole from when he just said, from my assumption, I feel like that X, Y, Z in a situation. I'm saying, regardless of the LeVar Ball situation, as men, reacting based off assumptions can get you in a lot of trouble.
Time out. Okay, I agree. But what I'm saying is, as men, we have to put a fork in the road and say, look, this isn't what you thought it was. If it happened, if LeVar would have grabbed her booty, that's a whole different thing. That's not a Me Too This incident is not a Me Too
And
movement
I agree with you on that.
category. This was a woman who thinks I'm beautiful, I'm gorgeous. They probably opposite of Aisha Curry, who's not getting their DMs jumped in. I'm pretty sure it's dudes saying, "Hey, look, Molly, Jalen messing up. Yeah, I'm definitely finna shoot at you."
It's
And she
assumptions.
getting no. She's a beautiful woman, bro. Most beautiful women get hit on a lot. They get hit on a lot. So automatically to be defensive, yeah, I could see that.
How did LeVar say it?
He took.
You can switch gears with me anytime.
He said you can switch gears
Yeah,
with
he
me
said it like
anytime.
that.
Nigga,
That's what I'm
exactly
saying.
what he said.
Like,
He
I'm
said
telling
he
you,
didn't say it
Oh,
like that.
his personality. I know he ain't say that.
My
So
thing
hold on.
is-
like
So
that.
hold on.
He said.
Hold on.
Hold on, man.
You can
Hold
switch
on.
gears
I'm
with me
talking about-
anytime.
Time out. Hold on. If he would have said it to somebody's grandma, do you think it would have been sexual? The exact same way. If he
Nigga,
would've
you're
said
not
it-
gonna say it to a grandma.
Hold on. No. If he would have said the exact same thing like he said it to a grandma, would it have been sexual?
Or if
Yep.
there was
Hold
Stop
if there
it,
was
dog.
a male,
Somebody would have
and
looked
the
at
only
him
reason-
wrong in the room.
Or if a male
Somebody-
analyst asked him that same thing,
He wouldn't have said it like
yes,
that.
he would have. He would have said, "Okay,
Nigga, stop.
no." He would have
Switch gears
said,
me anytime to him. First off, this is why this is for
"You
me.
can change the topic
But- but
anytime
the-
you want to.
But the
Change
point,
the topic."
but the point that I want to bring is LeVar actually has a little bit of a track history of kind of, I call it disrespecting women on media. On the Collinsworth show,
Mhm.
he had a very same scenario where he was like there's a lady on there. He
Yeah,
basically
white lady, yeah,
he
yeah.
basically told her like, quit talking to me, don't talk to me no more.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to you no
I
more.
mean, but I agree with LeVar on that one.
But
though,
he
'cause-
but he did not he had not tried another
She was
male.
talking to him about
but he
had
raising
not-
black
but hold on.
children.
I understand
She
that.
was trying to talk to him about raising black children.
And
He's
I
like,
get
don't
it.
talk to me.
I get he tried to call
But bro,
out.
that's not.
But,
No,
but he has
but-
he has a record of people are saying he has a record of.
Nah, that's just the only thing because
Bro, I'm
number
not-
one, I disagree with the you know what I'm saying, with the white reporter that was on the Collinsworth show.
I agree.
Because you
She
know
on
what I'm
her
saying.
show.
No, but she said something prior to that,
Yeah.
and then brought it up again, acting like, oh, you know what I'm saying, this, you know,
He
it was
tried him.
cool,
She
it was
tried him.
cool, and so LeVar was like, nah, I'm not having that. You know what I'm saying? You was disrespectful before. I'm not gonna talk to you about it.
Yeah.
But to me, that don't have nothing to do with this scenario right here.
So you think that he was wrong for saying what he said?
I just think he shouldn't have said it like that.
Hold on. So do you think he was wrong for saying it? Because you thinking that he shouldn't have said it, that's neither here nor there. Was he wrong in saying what he said?
But hold on. Let me follow up that question. What you're saying when you say wrong,
Yeah,
I think
was about to
there's a variation to what you're saying is wrong. Like because the
What do you
question of
mean?
wrong.
It's right
I
or wrong?
think
Because the only way
look,
wrong
this
is
the
saying like,
thing.
do you think he should have said it? Or
I
not?
think
That's
it's a
what's right or
time
wrong.
and a place for everything.
Yeah, he was wrong. I
That's
think he was
it.
wrong for
So
saying that.
pretty much,
yes.
how was she
wrong
not
for
at fault
saying
for
it
saying
like
what
that.
she said then?
Because my nigga, the way he said it, bro, he meant it like that, fam.
Meaning
Bro,
like what?
because she asked him before. They had a number of different instances where she asked him, LeVar, can I switch gears with you? It was the same shit. She said, LeVar, can I switch gears with you? He said, switch it. Switch it. Now this time, this nigga said, you can switch gears with me anytime. My nigga, that's
smirked at.
and smirked at her fam like you can switch
Bro,
gears
he
with me.
didn't
anytime.
smirk at her.
Well, why
first
did
and
Stephen A.
foremost.
say something?
Huh?
Exactly,
Why did
bro.
Stephen A. say
Molly
something?
reacted and said, "Okay, let's focus here, bro."
You don't think Stephen A. can read that situation?
What you mean? This is
Bro,
what I'm
he-
talking-
it
this is
wasn't
what-
'cause of
this is
Molly,
what's not
bro.
being- This
It
is
wasn't
what's
'cause
not
of
being
Molly.
talked about, bro. Molly is not in the same vicinity as all of these other guys are. Bro, it's LeVar, it's Stephen A. Smith, and I want to say Max is there too. And Molly is in the studio thousands of miles away in another studio. So it's just the fellas in a room.
Yeah, nigga. Well,
And then Molly is thousands of miles
So,
away.
so that's what made me want to get to the question of what's the difference between sexual harassment and shooting your shot, flirting? What is the difference? Like, cause how do two
A woman's feeling on how you did it. Literally.
Yep.
Because that's what
To a
I'm
degree,
saying.
to a degree.
No, it's not to a degree, bro. That's what it is.
No,
Yeah, I mean, you
Because
can't
if a
place it
woman
on
say,
the
"Oh,
woman,
he
though.
talked to
No,
me,"
I disagree.
if this is a perfect example of it, bro. He said the exact same thing that she said,
but so that's why I want to.
verbatim.
But no,
and
I think
because
it's a
she
platform
felt
you're on too.
because she felt wrong
But nigga,
about it.
No,
That's the
fam.
platform.
She addressed the question with a previous statement of what she was talking about, bro.
And then asked, can she switch gears? He said, "You can switch gears with me anytime."
But so hold on.
No,
so
he
nigga,
didn't
but
say
she-
it like he didn't.
nigga,
I'm,
she
he didn't-
was
I know he didn't say
specifically-
it
LeVar
like
don't
that.
talk like that. Period. So
Bro,
now you're
Exactly,
saying,
man.
hold on.
You're not,
So now
you're
you're
missing a part.
hold on.
You're not talking about that part.
He talks that he talks with pizzazz. He talks with charisma every time he says something. This is not the first time he said something weird like
but
that.
I'm saying, but
Like,
I'm
come
saying,
on, bro,
I'm
like,
saying, get past.
he's
get
being
past,
black on TV.
But getting past that scenario.
Being a
always-
nigga.
But
He's
get it,
being black on TV, bro.
What he being
but hold on.
nigga.
But getting past that we think Lavar's right or wrong. I think that it doesn't matter because it comes down to what ESPN feels, right?
No,
I mean,
after the fact,
It's,
LeVar was
it's
like,
their
man,
station. Like, if they don't want someone on there, they have the
Yeah.
right to tell someone they can't come on
they
there. They're
should.
not invited anymore.
Not if they don't do anything wrong.
No, what do you mean? It's their station. Like, if it's my house, I can tell
Mel,
you can't come to
obviously
my
there
house.
was something
I gotta
done
explain to you
wrong.
why I don't want you at my house.
Okay, if your house was a center for sports,
you
That's-
can still
that's-
ban somebody.
I can still
you
ban
can't
somebody.
ban somebody if they do something wrong. That's what I'm saying. Like, if
How
that's
you
the
gonna tell
case,
ESPN they can't ban somebody?
if that's the case, then they
So-
can ban every black person for nothing.
Nah.
So Mel,
That's
why?
what I'm trying to get y'all. Y'all
but
not
no,
saying
no,
that.
hold on,
though.
hold on, man, hold on,
John-
man. But I'm saying,
I mean-
but if they do that, then you got to make the choice. You want to keep watching ESPN after that.
And
But
that's
they got the
that's
right.
what.
I'm saying, but they have the right to do that. You can't tell them. They,
I don't
I'm
think
just
it's a
saying,
black
they
thing,
got the
though.
right.
Huh?
Yeah, it's
I
not a
don't think
black
it's a black
thing.
thing.
It was
It's
it was
not.
the fact.
I'm
It
not
was
trying to
My
I'm
nigga,
not
it's
trying
a
to
man,
go
woman. Is that
I'm
what
not
it
trying
is?
to go there.
Yeah, it's all.
But what I'm
it's-
saying is, that's what I'm trying to get back to. I don't think it was sexual harassment. I don't think it was sexual harassment.
Okay.
But I don't think he should have said. I just don't see what does he benefit out of that. I don't think like it was just a wise choice. But regardless, I don't think it's sexual harassment. I say sexual harassment because you saying sexual harassment is how the woman takes it.
Yeah.
To me, I feel like sexual harassment is just when it's excessive, when she's already displayed.
That's not what
No,
sexual harassment
no,
is, though.
No, sexual harassment to me, I believe is once.
But it's
once
not up to
hold
you.
on.
There's a definition for
Hold
sexual
on.
harassment.
Hold on, I'm saying
But it's
once
on the man, too.
I've told you, no, thank you, whatever. Once I've told you,
Yeah.
I'm cool on that. But you're being excessive after that. You keep enforcing and applying. I think at that point it's harassment because I've told
Yeah.
you, I'm good, thank you. You're like, no. Like I grab on you, I keep trying to do that. Like now you're harassing me.
No, that's not what sexual harassment is, though.
That
What's
that's-
sexual harassment?
Yeah, what's
Sexual harassment is if you make any type of contact with a woman and she doesn't permit it. So she doesn't have to give you the, no, I'm cool with that. No, if you go up to a girl and say, hey, how you doing? And she don't like that shit, that's sexual harassment, bro. It's not a, no, you can't do that to me. No.
in a corporate world, correct.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's in
Nah,
any world.
Yeah, that's
But
in any world.
It's
but,
in any
but
world.
I'm saying that. But when I guess I tailor back to the question, I said, what's the difference between flirting and sexual harassment?
If a girl like it or not.
Because sexual harassment not just touching.
Yeah.
You can sexually
It's
harass somebody without physically touching them.
Maybe.
Nah, that's facts.
So that's what I'm saying. What's the difference? Because
Well, maybe
we
I'm
got
thinking
people
sexual
in
assault,
podcasts
too.
with-
I'm thinking assault,
Yeah,
too.
I think you
Assault.
thinking of assault. Yeah.
So once again, going back talking to podcast world, we got to define, or how do you guys define from flirting, shooting your shot, and sexual harassment?
I think it's a fine line
Yeah, it's
between
a-
both
of
of y'all
course.
saying.
What's the fine
I
line?
mean,
I'm
shoot
challenging,
it.
Nah,
Shooting
but
your
nah,
shot
but
is
at
shoot
the
Who
same
defines
time.
the line?
Exactly the woman.
Exactly. That's
The
what
woman
I said
does.
at the beginning of this shit, bro.
but I'm saying,
I didn't want to say. I was like,
but we're doing a podcast, so we know
Yeah.
that. Okay,
We
the
know what?
woman defines that. But I'm saying, but men can be sexually harassed too.
And they take it serious?
I think
Terry
women.
Crews.
Terry
I think
Crews,
Crews.
nigga.
Niggas looking at
women-
niggas looking at Terry Crews like, bro, get your bitch ass
But
out
let's
of here.
define. That's what I'm saying. So define.
Terry
I'm
Crews
challenging
weak as
you
fuck
guys
for that.
on this podcast
Man.
to what is your talk to me. Who define the difference? Who can come up with what is that thin line?
I think sexual. I mean, I think women
the
look
women
at
are
sexual
the line.
harassment.
Like they're the line.
There's the line, bro.
So
Duh.
they're-
They look. I think
But
women.
I'm asking, no, I'm
When you're
asking-
single,
Dudes.
I think women look at sexual harassment more as stalking. Like that's what they looked at. It's not as complex when you're single. You know what I'm saying? But if you like with that person, then it's different.
Yeah.
What you mean?
Like I'm saying, like
Like if you got a man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
then
you know I got a man, but
yeah.
you kind of.
Yeah.
Hold on.
kind of enforcing you know what I'm saying? Then
So
that's sexual harassment.
So catch this. So there's different definitions for sexual harassment for people who are single versus people who are in committed relationships.
He's asking DJ.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
That's what he's
So
saying.
that's a huge double standard.
We're
Because
not saying there's no double standard. Obviously, there's a double standard. You know, like with the whole Terry Crews situation too. But
Terry
No,
Crews
no,
got
no.
he got his balls grabbed by a nigga.
yeah, but at the same time, if a dude gets sexually harassed, as guys, since this whole society thinks guys are tough, we supposed to just man up, whatever like that, they're gonna look at us like,
you a bitch.
yeah, exactly, nigga.
Exactly, because I've
Nigga,
been
do
sexually
something
harassed plenty of times.
But we going.
What the hell you talking about? Hey,
But
what you talking about?
we're going away from the topic. So before we transition to the next topic, because we've been on it too long. For me, once again,
Content kings.
Go ahead, dog.
I personally believe, this is just me, is that sexual harassment is, I continue to go on. Like once I've figured out, or you told me that this is a no,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I got a man, or whatever you say, you know what I mean? Or at that point, it's sexual harassment.
Are there different levels of sexual harassment in different settings?
Yeah, you can get really rapish, but
No, what I'm saying, like, okay, so
Yeah,
I mean,
explain that.
corporate environment, you know,
yeah, of course.
versus-
in
versus-
public.
Yeah,
versus
settings
social settings.
Yeah, right.
settings definitely impact a lot of things. Climate, like there's just things that are just not appropriate in certain settings. Like what I do in the workspace is not as appropriate as if I'm at a bar or a club. Like you just got to be.
So who defines
Because I was
that?
about to say people
your
hugging
job.
each other all the time.
HR
so-
defines that.
No,
And
but
so-
what I'm
so like-
saying
so-
is, okay,
And so,
go ahead.
and to Mill's point, there are different levels because, or I'll say there are different variances of it. So there can be that one where it's the continue to go on factor, or it's the you just walk by and grope somebody.
But that's why I'm defining it as once she
He
tells
hit him
you.
with the
But you
cookie
could-
gooden
if you go, if you at work and you say,
You-
"Damn, you got a fat ass,"
Hey.
that's sexual harassment.
Yeah, that's sexual.
Hit the-
harassment.
But yeah,
You don't have to
excuse-
say. So you don't have to say, "Hey, I don't like that." No,
but
facts.
that's because your job deemed that as sexual harassment.
No, nigga, you could be walking down the street and be like,
But that's-
"Man,
but
Shorty
hold-
got that ass."
But I'm saying,
She
but,
hear you.
but I'm saying you say that because when you have your HR, they talk about certain things like that. Your job kind of told you that's sexual harassment.
All right.
So I'm saying HR created that platform, like we can't do these things in the workspace.
Okay.
So that's why you say that because you say that that's sexual harassment because your job or somewhere in the HR probably
Okay.
define that as sexual harassment.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
just because HR says that, I don't really, to me, I don't take that as sexual harassment on a whole.
You know,
Scale.
yeah,
Yeah.
bigger scale.
Yeah, I'm talking about when you at the club or something, you saying, "Oh, you got a fat ass," is not sexual harassment to me.
Like, damn,
It's
man.
not.
Toxic.
It's not because I mean we see it all the time.
To
It
me.
Just
happens
because you
all
see
the
it all
time.
the time don't mean it
To
ain't
me-
real. That's
to
what
me,
the
you
whole
don't-
Me Too
you don't
movement
hear-
about.
But
Too
but
many
I'm but I'm
cases of
gonna
sexual
go on the ledge and
assault.
say that. So that's why I say
Saying-
to me, sexual
yeah.
harassment is when she told you, or if she said, I don't like, don't do that to me.
Yeah,
They back.
she acknowledges
So
you.
what? And you got that fat, and I'm talking about it. You know, what I mean? At that point, now you're harassing.
Yeah, straight up.
But
You got
That's
that
a sauce.
fat, and I'm talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
but yeah,
Into a sauce.
Wag is-
so
You got that wagon, girl. Come on.
yeah, like I'm not gonna say because we saw Zebra, we sexually harassed her.
Yeah.
We said,
Yeah.
dang, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Because you didn't say it to her. You would have said it to her. If she was in the
That's
area.
probably with a smile.
Maybe.
If she liked it, that's why I said, bro. It's all
Yeah.
up to the woman.
that's
I
what
was
I said.
just,
But
I
that's
was
what
just
when she
saying, I
tells
don't
you
know
she
what
don't
she
like
would
it, and you
did,
keep
but-
going. To me, that's when it's sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Flirting is just like, okay, as long as I haven't gotten that wall or that no,
Yeah.
it's still flirting.
But
Everybody
sometimes
feels different.
women want to see
Play
if you
hard
gonna
to
put
get.
exactly.
That's why. That's
push
why
through
this
that
whole
no.
shit is retarded.
But
to me, bro.
but that's that.
This
But
shit
but,
is
but
dumb
hold
as
on. But
hell.
that right there, whether women enforce, that's that assumption part to where going back to
Nah,
what John
it
said.
ain't no
hold on,
assumption.
Hold on, that's the same thing. Assumption like you can get in trouble with that.
You can.
Yeah,
So
you can.
so as a man, you can. I don't care if you be like sometimes they want to play that hard to get. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, all right,
Yeah.
you playing now. That's where you playing on thin ice. 'cause
Yeah,
like,
but I'm just saying. Sometimes it's true.
Nah,
but
yeah,
you
facts.
know that we've all probably been around that guy that's been like, yeah, no, she like it. They be like, I don't think she.
Yeah.
Nah,
Nah,
hey,
yeah, that's when you
hey,
just gotta
fam,
tell
let me
you.
holler at
And
you
homie
real
like,
quick.
nah, man.
Nah,
Hey, bro.
you gotta apply
might
that
wanna-
pressure on it. You gotta put that pressure on it.
Yeah.
You like,
Nah,
Yeah,
I'ma
you know,
tell
she
you,
just
big
she gonna
fella,
give you a
might
little
need to
pushback
chill.
at
yeah,
first.
nah, they like
Yeah,
that.
nah.
They like
Say,
when you
don't
grab up
do
on
that.
them. Nah,
Nah,
I don't think they do.
yeah, you might want to
You just
chill.
met
Touch
her.
me.
You say, man, we'll take
wanna
it.
calm
We'll
down.
take a close
Hey,
shot,
man.
brother. Cool down. Cool
Hey,
down.
We've
brother,
all
you good?
had that girl. Can we all had that girl that came up to you like, man, what's up with your friend, man? He
Yeah,
kind of.
like,
Dog.
Is he
That's
good?
that awkward situation, like when that girl be
Is
like,
he
hey, your
good?
friend, man, he kind of aggressive. You be like,
Yeah.
you gotta kind of talk to your man, like,
On
hey,
me.
man,
Hey,
Hey,
you know.
hey, come, let me holler at you.
And then
Yeah.
pressure,
I
bro.
think we all done that.
Yeah, we all. Yeah.
And
had
I can
that
only imagine.
conversation?
We're
we
not.
have
we're
not.
not.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Had a
I'm
conversation
not-
with a
I'm not
friend?
all
No,
done
no.
it.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you-
Yeah, I'm just
Talking to
Clear it
Michael.
up, nigga.
Talking to Michael.
Clear it up.
Yeah.
Clear your name.
just
E.
say it talking about single people, bro. Talking about
Huh?
single
Huh?
Whoa.
Speak up.
Nah,
Clear it up, son.
He
Nigga,
said-
nah.
Tell me what you talking about.
I ain't
You said
never
it.
went past that line.
Yeah.
Never.
I ain't
You
never
understand
crossed
me?
that line.
No, I'm
So
saying
much.
all I'm saying is we didn't came to that point where we had to talk to homie and be like, hey,
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I
So
guess.
you
That's
talking
all I'm
about
talking
you
about,
being?
bro.
I thought you
We
said
the
we done
aggressive
all
ones.
been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
Nigga done
nah,
all
nah.
been the aggressor before.
Everybody's like, yeah. Hold on.
Hold on.
Nah, we good.
But no, so I mean, so
Yeah.
I'm just so that's I wanted to bring that to that conversation. It is a thin line, just to
Thanks.
kind of close it.
Very
It's a thin
thin
line.
That women
For
draw.
guys, you definitely need to be careful as far as that assumption or the hard to get role. You can tell body language and cues. Don't be that dude that's like the aggressive, creepy one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Else.
And then just know, like this climate today, man, you just gotta be careful. It's better to just not assume than assume. The guy that I didn't think she liked me like that typically wins more than the guy that just assumes that she want me.
Yeah.
It just depends.
Mhm.
But I take that to transition to the next part of the sports part was we probably had to go through this one quick. Is the Le'Veon Bell come out? The 911 call came into it,
Man.
recording where he was living the Lou Williams.
He was living
The-
the Lou
the,
Williams two-girlfriend lifestyle.
Two-girlfriend lifestyle, the polygamy, and they
Yes.
robbed him. They,
Polygamy.
as in both of them, robbed him for $500,000 worth in total. They called the police on that.
I mean, so how long was he dating these two women?
Does it matter?
Yeah.
It does matter.
For what? I mean, I guess it matters.
Yeah. How can
Explain
they get
though what you
access
saying.
Because they could have been
Because-
plotting on him for a minute.
Exactly. Well, and then also it's like, you know what I'm saying, niggas can see the signs like even before you even get to that point.
Exactly.
And so if you dealing with two women that you still kind of like, I don't know, but if it's been a longer thing to where they've established trust, then I can see how he can be.
But this,
Shoot.
but this the funny part to me though. I'm like,
Millionaire, bro.
the funny part to me is you got two women.
They doing
You got two women.
some things.
Now one of them went down. One of them should have been like, girl, I'm gonna tell. Like you couldn't. One of them couldn't come back to me. Hey, oh girl, trying to plot on you.
Plotting on my boy.
You know what I'm saying? Or like both of them was
Nigga,
trying
they
to
So
They
my
probably
question is,
friends,
they were
nigga.
probably got into it together.
Yeah.
into the relationship together.
Yeah.
You think they knew each other
Yeah.
beforehand?
Yes.
Most
why-
definitely.
That's why I think timing is kind of important because it's like if he just met these hoes and they've been dating for like 2 weeks or a month.
How they got access to 500,000? Wow, that's what I'm trying to figure
That's
out.
what I'm saying.
If they at
You
the
got
crib.
comfortable.
Bro,
And
Niggas
trust,
got the
like you
cash
said,
around
trust.
like that though.
No, not just cash, though.
Jewelry and shit.
Fam, it's
But I think it was
Le'Veon Bell.
$500,000
He got bread.
worth.
Yeah, like I'm not
But that's
taking
what
I'm
I'm
not
saying.
taking no girl to my $1 million home.
These
if-
your girlfriends though.
Okay, so that's why I said
That's what's the
timing.
timing. Yeah.
And so if that trust isn't
Man, you
there,
don't think they bringing mugs to the crib?
Yeah,
every
what do you
night?
mean?
but
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
saying
they
if they're
fucked
around
up.
for that long to actually plot against you to steal some
But
shit.
you made them.
They
your
been-
girl. But
they-
I
they
guess-
didn't
but
assess the
John,
crib.
I guess well, my train of thought goes to, at the point that I made you my girlfriend, I would assume that I've spent time. That time has passed. You know what I mean?
You never know.
You make girlfriend point.
You
I
never
mean,
know.
I mean,
Who-
and I feel you
Did,
like
did
for
Le'Veon
Le'Veon.
say they was his girlfriends?
But wouldn't you think you dated them for a while before they was your?
I mean, if I'm a
I don't know.
multi-millionaire, I'm gonna
That's
be
what
extra
saying.
careful.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So at that point, they made it to girlfriend status.
Did,
I'm
but
saying-
did they make it to
Yeah,
girlfriend status? That's what we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, no,
say
they
that
said they have him classified as his girlfriend.
Hold on, who has them? Like, did Le'Veon
The
make a
news?
statement?
The report.
Oh,
the
report?
Oh, of course they're not finna say no bust down thotties, nigga.
Either way,
Like, you know
They
what
got
I'm saying?
hit.
Like, bro,
And
this
so, like,
this could have
if
been
these
two
hoes
strippers
just-
he picked up the night before.
And
I'm just going based off of
And so
what
that's
it
why I
says.
mentioned timing because if you got a $1 million home, you're not finna lead them at the house by themselves.
They your
Facts.
girl, but hold
But-
on, you're talking about.
Man, Le'Veon was probably on that freaky shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
They probably tied
freed
my
him.
nigga up.
Nah, they ain't
Nah,
robbed
they
him.
didn't say
Right,
that.
They got,
I mean, the-
Robbed him
maybe-
for his shit.
they got him while he was.
They've been plotting
He's
for a
gone.
minute.
But-
For
Why he
some
was
of
gone?
my
He wasn't
Bill
there.
Cosby, my nigga.
But how long? But
Cardi B.
how long are you dating someone
God,
you make
Cardi
them
beat
your
him.
girlfriend, though?
I mean, it differs for everybody, but it's like
You said how long you take?
Especially if I'm someone in the league, I would assume it'd be even longer before I deem you as my girl. Wouldn't you think that?
I mean, but everybody's
Bro,
different.
they probably was
Everybody's
holding it-
different,
they
but I
probably
guess
holding it down
I'm
at the
trying to
crib,
process your
just-
logic.
just
And I guess
chilling
if
there.
I was an athlete, I would probably be more lenient, or I'd be more kind of scared to.
Yeah, which is
Make you
why
my girl.
I'm.
Nah, I can't say that. I can't say that because like when you're
I
an
think I would
athlete,
jump in a relationship as an athlete.
I mean,
when you're
but-
an athlete, these girls are like trained to be with you. Like those jersey chasers, they come
Mhm.
from a culture of like their moms teaching them how to
I understand.
pursue
Yeah.
you,
What they gotta do
how
with
to.
you making them your girl though.
It does, bro, because they can seduce the shit out of you, bro. They're professionals at it.
And then if you're
Yeah.
getting pussy thrown at you from every which way, and you finally find someone that's down and like
Two
Or
of
you
come
think
on.
she down? Yeah.
exactly.
But so that
Two
brings.
of 'em.
So I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up. So you talking about they're trained to be seduced and seduct you and everything like that. I think it's important. The conversation is, don't go for the girl, the wife and the girl, the freaky one. You know what I mean? Just because she freaky, she can seduce me.
Seduction is not freaky, bro.
I'm just saying
you can't
seduction.
wife the freak, my nigga.
I'm saying, but okay, we can say not even freaky, the seduction. Like she can seduce you. That's not a reason to make someone a girl. And I think if that is the reason why the two girls, and maybe because he was like, I'm living a baller lifestyle, it either sounds good or the seduction, blah blah blah. I would say look where it got you. Like you follow the seduction versus the down one. You chose that over the down one. It looked cool to have two girls.
Who you gonna find that's down when you a multimillionaire?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's hard.
it's
like,
too
so
many.
But you can't. I'm not gonna say that. Like you can't find someone that's down.
Yeah,
a lot of them, they had their girl for a minute.
But you
Like,
know what?
yeah,
But you know what?
facts.
But you know how you found her, how you got her. To me, if you got two girlfriends, you know how that came about, right? You know, you found her like, oh yeah, I found her. I mean, I don't want to even say it because it can sound like you can say I found her at a strip club. Right?
Yeah.
And I mean, everyone at the strip club is like that. But I'm saying you could be like, you know where you met her at? Like, you meet her at, maybe you didn't meet her at the
Whole
grocery
Foods or
store.
something.
You
Whole
didn't
Foods,
meet her
yeah,
at
you know
church,
what I'm saying? Like,
nigga.
you know where you
Even
met
if you meet her at church, bro, and she find out you a football player, her whole game plan gonna change.
True.
True, but I'm saying,
That's what I'm trying to get you right.
I'm just saying for a guy in a scenario like sometimes where you met him in the climate and then you be like, I can't believe she did this. Like, no, you met her at
I don't think
on
that. I don't
Odell's
think,
yacht. Like she was throwing it back at the yacht. You liked how she was throwing it back.
Yeah.
You wanted to bag it and wife it,
Facts.
and now you just like.
But that's why you can't wife the freak. Period.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
you gotta be extra careful.
And that's what I'm saying.
Point
I don't
blank.
think
And that's the quote of the
That
day.
is she.
folks.
Hey, quote of the day. Don't wife the freak, nigga.
Quote of the day.
You gonna put on the
Not
screen
white
what?
freak.
When we talk, you gonna put on the screen.
T-shirt. T-shirt.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
wife the
Don't
freak.
wife the freak. I
Brought
love
to
it.
you by the boys, the WLN podcast.
Yes, indeed. I like that.
You ain't learned nothing. You learned that.
Like, yeah.
Don't wipe the freak.
All right, then
But-
going into the a little throwback to even lighten it up as far as what we was talking about was
Wiping the freak.
no, not what.
I'm talking about them old girls.
We were talking about the gear
Okay, we're going to gear.
back in the day.
Oh,
I remember my boy Watt used to rock the salty hoodie. No, that yellow
hey, that
salty
yellow
hoodie.
junk.
That
Ooh.
joker had it
South
on.
Pole?
Nigga was icy though. Man, back in the day, nigga used to be straight EJ swag. Everything big.
Hey, I was
Nigga
just about to
big
ask
than a
that, dog.
mug.
I know.
Watt was the go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I know y'all. Was y'all dressing like that?
Boy,
Elbows
Shit
cannot
too
show, knees
big.
couldn't show.
knees no shit. Knees shorts
Ankle
down
socks.
to the
Yeah.
ankles.
Nah,
there.
Ankle socks.
But y'all not
You wearing
adding
under
that.
the two T's.
Oh, I'm
Two
gonna say,
tall
why
tees.
was the king of the two T's? He
Hey.
gonna have a white tee with the red on the knee,
Hey,
with the
we-
headband.
Hey,
Boy,
with the
nigga,
checkerboard
I had-
sneakers.
Nigga, I rock
Yeah.
three
Boy, had the
tees
Murphy Lee and
sometimes.
Nelly swag, boy.
Hey.
Oh, God.
Hey, I
Some
know
forces.
Watt know, but I want to know that y'all do it. Was y'all collecting them NBA rubber bands?
Yes, dog. We
Yeah,
had,
remember the
hey,
NBA
we
rubber
had
bands?
NBA socks, dog.
Nigga had
Yeah,
the
all
Lakers
them
on
easy.
too.
You had to
For
have
every fit, you
Dog,
had
you had
NBA
to
socks,
have
dog.
Yeah,
NBA
NBA
socks,
socks.
NBA
Dog.
socks.
NBA socks.
That shit's stupid.
When did y'all switch to the Kanye polo swag? Did y'all ever do that? Because I definitely did.
Nigga,
I did.
I got
think that was
polos.
Bobby was
sophomore
getting
year,
polos before
sophomore
I-
year in college.
Nigga, I had the
In
polo
college?
swag.
was
I got
polo every
polos.
So EJ was late.
Yeah.
Nigga, I got polos now.
EJ want to give up them tall tees.
Still too damn
EJ
big.
Yeah, Watt got them 2X
I'm talking
polos.
about XL polos, still big as hell. I don't know how you ever even
Can't
wore
even
them.
see
Looking
you.
like Big Boy on
Relax,
ATM.
On me, huge.
What's funny is our parents used to look at us crazy every time we went out. Like, man, like y'all wearing that?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell
Hey.
you going looking like that?
Hey, funny story. I'm
Big
at
shit.
Jesuit. Got my tall tee on. We doing work grant, working the football game, and I'm walking, and I hear some people behind me. It's Jake Allen parents. They like, is that EJ? They was like, no, it's not EJ. It's on a dress.
Bro.
Now, there's another funny story about EJ.
Hey,
There's another funny story about EJ, bro. Like it's stupid. We went to this party out north. It was like in Little Elm or something. And so, like, you know how back in the day, you know what I'm saying,
that
girl used to roll
bullet,
you up
boy.
on the wall
Y'all
and
used to
stuff.
take them. Y'all used to take them drives to.
Bro,
to
y'all was.
Little Elm.
They had
Frisco, yeah,
cars,
with the
nigga.
Yeah,
I
and,
had no
and so-
car.
Too far.
Nah,
and so,
somebody
and so
had
it was at
Wait,
this
get my license till I was 18.
gymnastics place out there, and so everybody dancing and stuff, and so it's his girl that's like dancing on EJ, and so like she go down to the ground like shaking ass.
You was
so-
down with it?
So
Boy,
EJ
EJ got the
down
hump in that mug.
but you
I
couldn't
had
see
the,
it. He had the big shirt.
Oh,
You couldn't see it.
The shirt coming
That
out.
mug covering her.
That one coming up, boy.
That's
He
wild.
couldn't
Big
even
ass
see
orange
it.
and black
I was like, what the
Jabot
hell
shirt.
you doing?
Your bows.
I was like, EJ, what you doing down there?
Them 4 whoops.
Then I see the girl. I was like, oh,
That's
you
funny.
couldn't even see
You
it.
couldn't even see. She get up.
Couldn't even see it.
Nah, heck no. I remember.
There she go.
That's funny.
That shit
I remember I was back
Where'd
then.
somebody go?
I was all about the. I was all about the and one shirts with the names. Like, that's when like kids swag. You want that and one shirt.
Oh yeah, with
The
the
dude with the no
yeah.
face and talking all that noise.
And the
Oh,
shoes
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Oh, I had
Yeah,
the shoes, the no
yeah.
lace shoes, the one you
Yeah.
just slide in.
Mm-hmm.
Man, how
Ooh.
much money y'all think they made?
Who?
They
Yeah,
was
yeah.
on
They
at
was
one
hitting a
point.
lick. They
They
was
was
hitting
They
a
hit a,
on.
they hit a
If they just
smooth
was feet,
league.
Like,
The street ball brand hit a smooth league.
like
Facts.
Yeah, though.
They
That's when you had the
they
mixtapes.
the
like that's when
VHS.
Brandon was
I got one.
taking off. Like,
Branding?
yeah, like marketing
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, bro,
in the
and one
hoop,
was
in the
up.
hoop world,
Because
like,
it wasn't on Nikes. Like Nikes,
Yeah.
like I mean, I didn't really have the. Like, I mean, if it wasn't forces, I wasn't getting Nikes.
I wasn't buying.
you was getting
well,
your favorite player shoe. You weren't getting.
Yeah, I had
Hey,
some
Nikes.
Vince Carter's for sure.
I had
Yeah.
had the AIs.
Yeah.
I had the first AIs.
Nigga, I had the
Yeah.
T-Max.
I had the
C-Mac.
T-Mac, the
Yeah,
one
I
with
had
the
the
hardwood on the
T-Mac.
side.
Hey.
You had to have
Hey.
T-Mac.
I had the
T-Mac.
mellow. I had the first mellows.
See, I ain't had
Anybody
no
had them
mellows,
Kobe's?
cuz.
Boy, them
Nah.
things was so
Nigga, I had
Space
like
shoes.
moon
Moon
box
Space
Kobe's,
shoes.
niggas. Them
them
boy,
was
them
trash.
hoes were clean when they first came out. They don't play.
Nah,
But boy, Nick
But
had the
looking back-
Kobe's. He was out there hoop. I said, ooh, boy, Nick got the Kobe's, boy.
That's when you had the Hirachis with the strap.
Yeah, I
Oh,
had
yeah.
the Rocky.
With the,
Rocky
yeah,
with
with
the-
the
they
hole
had
on the
bounce
side.
in the
91
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Heavy in the
Them
bitch,
hoes
you know
clean.
them hoes now.
Yeah, you remember when Shocks came out? You was like,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Shaq
yeah.
gonna give me the spring.
Boy,
I had the
that
Vince
thing-
Carter
They was
shot.
so heavy, dog.
I had the Vince Carter joints.
Yeah,
First
facts.
Yeah.
This new Shocks was gonna give you that extra spring in
They
it.
ain't do nothing.
Nah,
false
nah.
advertisement
You saw
by
Vince Carter
by
windmill
Nike,
with
nigga.
them.
Dog.
Like a bitch, you thought
Oh, yeah, I'ma
you
do that.
hit that windmill.
That was
too,
back
boy.
when you had them
Touch backboard.
the 40 waistline jean shorts, and you had the basketball shorts underneath.
Bro,
Yeah,
what was we
sir.
doing?
Dog, it'd be hot, dog.
I had
100
double
degrees.
socks on. I had the
Double
socks.
socks.
Double-
Double socks.
I always double socks
Double socks
Soulja
up
Boy.
on the
Always.
Terrence Newman.
on me.
And then you had them hard pressed denim shorts with basketball
Starched on
shorts
them.
underneath. You gonna have two shorts.
Oh,
Yeah,
Starch
easy.
down.
Starch
boy.
down.
Nigga used to starch
Hey,
them hoes
hey,
up.
speaking of starch,
squeeze the leg right
That
in
nigga,
between.
hey, speaking
keep a
of
little
starch,
starch
that
in there,
nigga
huh?
Mill was starch there
That
every
was
day in
starch,
Jesuit,
bro.
nigga.
That Jugger White Dad used to take his stuff to the
Oh,
cleaners and had a
Christ.
heavy.
Nigga had a
Heavy
heavy start. Nigga
Yeah.
pants be stiff in the motherfucker.
Don't even want to bend your knees when you
Oh
walk.
God, you want to keep that little crease
Yeah.
right there in the
In
front.
the front.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
That shit crazy.
Nah,
That shit
yeah.
stupid.
Oh, we
Nigga
looking
leg stiff in the
Crazy.
bitch.
Throwback jerseys.
killing it.
Nah,
I was killing
jerseys,
the game.
nigga,
Jersey
I
game
had-
was stupid.
Jersey game was dumb.
Jersey game.
Jersey.
I really wish I would have kept all them jerseys
Man.
now.
Yeah, tripping
I
out.
got a couple still.
But damn, I had a bunch of them jerseys.
I want to tell y'all a story, but I ain't gonna say.
Nah, tell that
Nah,
boy.
you-
My dumb ass tried to iron the jersey.
Oh, I remember that.
Mellow jersey.
Yes, dog. You burnt the hole in them mud.
Damn.
That was young Mellow too. That might be worse on right now.
Yeah, it probably would.
Yeah.
I know,
Damn.
man. I remember I wanted a jersey
Yeah, I
so
remember that
bad.
jersey.
Yeah.
I had the USA Dream Team Jordan jersey. Still got
Oh,
it to
yeah.
the day with
Oh,
number
yeah.
9. No, but they was selling out. It was like I swear that one like an XL. Dog, that one cover my knees, dog.
Oh,
So,
yeah, I believe
That
you
one
don't
was
want
so
the joint?
long. No, that one was sitting up
Yeah,
there.
so, yeah,
But I
what
could
that
never rock it. Like I was like,
Yeah.
dang, I want that. I had to wear like one time this
Yeah.
big old jersey. Like, this,
Boy got the jersey dress on.
dog, but that's when jerseys, dog. You had
It
to
can't be
have
EJ. He has a dress on. That's just stupid. E.
Jersey
Maybe
dress.
He got a dress on.
4X,
Can't be
4XTs.
Yeah, bro.
I'm 185, boy.
Nah,
What you doing?
EJ T's used to be bigger than mine. Like,
Yeah.
he had a 4X. I have a 2X. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like,
hold on.
Like, what
hold
you
on,
doing,
hold
dog?
on. I gotta get into it.
With
'cause
the headband.
Me and EJ were talking about it. So we on the close last part. Any of y'all had a pair of Wooks?
Oh my.
Nah.
You
My
ain't never
feet-
had a pair of
My
Wooks?
feet was too big, bro. I don't sell Wooks in 14, 15. nigga.
Yeah, we all had a pair of
Everybody
I
had a pair of
Nah,
Wooks.
everybody had a pair. Well, nigga, I had a pair of Shaqs.
Nah, I had no
Boy,
Shaq.
Oh,
I
my
ain't gonna
God,
lie,
I
that ain't
never
no
had no
Shaq.
That ain't
Shaq.
no Shaq.
Now I tell you one
Yeah.
shoe I did have. Fat Farms.
Fat Farms. I had them joints.
I
You
remember
got
them
clown.
joints. I
Remember how you
Checkerboard laces.
I had the checkerboard laces. Had the fat laces,
Oh,
checkerboard.
me.
I had the red and white. That's when you had to do your laces like key, like you had to lace
Oh,
it into
yeah.
the bar.
Boy, go to the
Bar
dollar
lace.
store.
Bar laces,
Boy, go to
you
the
had
dollar
to.
store.
Got
Buy
to.
every color.
It's only
Laces
got
had
to.
I had the
fam.
Fat Farms, white,
Yeah.
all white, the
Oh, yeah.
cocainas with
Yeah.
the fat laces, checkerboard them things up. I was like,
Nah,
nah,
it's only right.
Y'all know what's funny? Everything transition, but it always come back to
Come back to the
forces.
same thing. Yeah.
We come back to
Forces,
forces.
them
Like,
forces used
all
to
white
be-
shoes.
Remember
like-
Chuck's?
all white and all black.
Yeah.
Chuck's used to be hard about
Yeah.
like 03.
I was never really just.
That's
on
when
the
you had
Yeah.
the camo
I
shorts.
never
That's when
really
like
got-
Wiz just came out.
Yeah, that was a whiz there.
Everybody had the
But that's the
camo
only
shorts.
time.
Nah,
that-
Y'all
I'm
remember
talking
when
about when I was in
y'all remember when
eighth
Foot Locker had the lick, the two
Two for 80.
jerseys.
Oh, I tell you, you know
Yeah.
that two for 89.99.
Car-
Yeah.
Cargo shorts.
God.
The feelers?
Nah, nigga, the feelers on
Yeah.
my mama.
The two for
They got-
89.99.
Hey, my
Yeah.
daddy used to love that. And you gonna get one white shoe, one black shoe.
The feelers, dog.
Shit, these are
Two for
school shoes
89.99,
right here, son.
dog.
You get one white, one
Hey,
black.
for real,
I
for
think
real
the
though.
Phillies trying to make a comeback.
Had them
though.
lugs, them
They-
Birdman
they have made
lugs.
a comeback.
Them Birdman lugs.
Them
Them
lugs,
lugs.
Heavy, boy.
I never had
God.
lugs.
I never
though,
had
but
lugs.
Them
Them,
things-
I remember the
Funk
commercial
Faster
for
Flex.
lugs, dog.
Who was it?
Nah, I remember, boy. Hey,
Y'all had this, you
Dog.
remember the Dada's, bro?
Nah, the
Yeah.
Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Spree
Yeah.
wheels,
Yeah.
joints be spinning.
With the
Boy.
Spree wheels.
my
nigga.
daddy bought that boy Nick some. Bought that boy Nick some lugs. Nah. It was like,
We did the
yeah.
outlet. We did the outlet.
He
Put them
said-
on your feet.
Yeah, nah, put him on your feet. He said, yeah, that was sweet right there.
Now, Nick was like in the 4th grade.
Yeah,
dog.
Nick was
Get his
young.
man
Nick was
man
like
lugs
this.
for school shoes.
And
Damn,
damn,
Bobby
oh.
Pops wanted him to get some lugs for
Yeah,
school.
those
Dog.
sweet right
He said, yeah, that's exactly what he
no,
said.
no, he got the shoes. He grabbed the shoes. He said, "You like these,
Yeah,
Nick?"
you
He
like
was
these?
Nah,
Yeah,
I
Nick
don't
was
really
like,
them.
nah.
These sweet right here.
Yeah.
Bro. What you talking about? These sweet right here. He said, "I don't
we-
like them." He was like,
Yeah.
Boy,
"Put
that's-
them on your feet."
Yeah, he said, man, put him on your
He
feet.
made his man put him on. Look at me. He said, "Yeah."
He
them
said,
sweet
yeah.
Yeah, go box him up.
Yeah, Nick was like, nah, I'm good. He
Nick
said,
was about to cry
hey,
in
go
that
on,
dog.
box him up. Hey, box him up.
yeah, yeah, these sweet right. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey man, don't listen to. Cause we were laughing at him.
Yeah, we were laughing, yeah. He was like, don't listen to Bob. Don't listen to Bob and Bam and Zoe.
Yeah.
You don't know what they're talking about. Those sweet right there. He said, go on, box him up. Box
We
him up.
dying.
Dog.
Lugs, my nigga.
The lugs, fam.
Great.
Dog,
With a
that
pair of
mess
lugs,
was
You can't go to
hilarious.
retail with no
Hey,
lugs on your
hey.
feet.
Hell no.
Dog, that mess
Hey,
was,
that's a harassment.
that's classic, dog.
Dog, I'll never forget that.
That
Dog. We
was
were
classic,
dying over there.
bro.
Nick did not
Dog.
want to put him on. He
That
said,
boy
"Man,
Nick
nah."
did not.
Yeah.
Nick
I don't think I ever seen nobody rock
That boy
Dog,
Nick was hot.
Yo, you go to 4th grade with a pair of lugs on your feet. Say, son, what are you? What are you, a construction worker?
Oh, me. You see.
Steel toe boots on.
Oh, God. Boy, you was working in a factory, boy.
That joker got 2 kids and a side chick with
Hey,
lugs on.
Oh,
Hey,
boy.
that's stupid,
Dog.
man.
That shit
But
stupid.
that
Go on,
mess.
box him up.
Oh, that's what he
Box
said.
him up, put him
Don't
on
box
your feet,
him up,
son.
son. Put him on your feet. I tell you that.
I know your dad said
That's exactly what he said. Oh, them sweet right here.
They're sweet right there,
Funny,
son.
man.
Hell yeah.
Dog, that's funny, man.
Yeah.
Daddy funny,
Oh,
boy.
man.
Fashion was trash back in the day, though.
That is
Yeah.
funny.
No, but the last topic to close it out, going into it. So I was having a conversation with a coworker. Shout out to the coworker, and we were just talking about. For this instance, we were talking about like she was talking about her first boyfriend.
Yeah.
And from New Orleans. So she dated him, whatever. They was like, I think like 7th, 8th grade, you know, just whatever, young love. And then she was 19, and she saw him again. And so she was in class school. So she started trying to rekindle. Oh, okay, he looked good. Let me kind of shoot my shot again. Let's try to rekindle that old fire. And so she was talking. She was like, you know, we had kind of kicked it for about like 3 weeks or however many days. I don't want to say 3 weeks, whatever many time frame. And she was like, you know, I'm trying to give him signs like trying to throw it at you. You know what I mean? Throw it at you. And he was like, he kept kind of curving. We know he's texting and talking, but would never really just make no move. I'm trying to she's like, I'm just trying to throw myself more and more at him. And then so she said, I was in class one day, and I just get a call, just blowing me up, call. So she like, you know, I stepped out of the class to take the call. I'm like, it must be an emergency or something, you know, someone blowing you up. And so she answers, and it's a dude, and it's like, bitch, you need to leave my man alone. That's my dick.
My
She
dick?
Said, that's
Hmm.
the dude talking on the phone said, that's my dick.
Oh, a dude?
Yeah, calling her. She's like,
What? So he was gay.
excuse me? And then she was like,
wrong number?
yeah. Like, now you heard me. This is my dick. She was like, who are you talking about?
Yeah.
What?
And so she was like, Devin. He was like, Devin, you need to leave him alone. That's my man. Wow. And she was like, you know, like you start, like I'm just in class starter, you know, and she's like, you got him.
yeah, you got it.
So he was DL down low.
Dang.
And so she, of course, naturally after you gonna be like, she like, I didn't want to like call him, cause you know this is like whatever the air. Like now you can kind of come out a little bit more. And you got a little bit more backing around. Back then you was a sissy.
Yeah.
You know, like it was, man, you got whatever. So so she was like, hey, somebody called me. You know, it was a male. You know, and talking about, you know, he was like, she kind of, you know, something you want to tell me. Someone's calling me. He kind of like, you know, what you talking about? So she like, I kind of had to just come out and say it, like, you know, it's a guy that said you his dick.
Yeah. So then what?
Want to talk about that? You know, want to explain that to me?
Yeah.
And then so she like, I knew he was like, because he said voice got deep, got real defensive.
Fuck
Like,
you
hell
talking
no, man, and that's my friend. They just be playing too much. They play too much.
Nah, fam.
I was like, first of all, ain't no friend
Nah,
playing.
ain't no friend playing.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, like what does that benefit the friend? They always playing like that, man. I'm gonna call the man, tell him to chill out, like da.
Yeah.
And so she was like, at that point, I'm good. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want nothing to do with you. Like, I've been trying to throw it at you, and you ain't been trying to catch it.
Good.
And now
It's all for a reason.
I got a dude calling me.
So there were signs before that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so she was like, but you know, you don't put two and two together, you know. She like, I guess we haven't been talking that long, but blah blah. And so she was just like, it was just crazy. And the funny thing is, like, he had never like talked to her back ever since then. So like they even let us solidify that, oh, you didn't even try to shoot your shot back at me. Right. And then so it was funny because she like, I have never talked to him again. And then like somebody else, they was like, what's his name? And they pulled him up on like Facebook or something. And she was like, I had never, like, he must have blocked me. She like, I could never find him. She was like, he's not on social media. And then they were like, boom, I found her. Because they was like, let's look him up. Yeah, he's not on social media. She like, yeah, he is. And then so they pulled it up, all of this stuff. So it was just
kissing a dude or something.
it wasn't a
But you can tell.
yeah. I mean, yeah. So I say all that.
That's how we gonna end the podcast.
Well, I say all that because she was that's not how we gonna end the podcast. But I was talking like, just a quick question, and we'll just kind of wrap it up. Is first off, do you guys have an ex or an ex that you love? Like, do you still like love an ex, or do you love your ex?
I got love for her.
EJ, you never had a girlfriend. You ain't got an
Yeah.
ex.
So
I got love for her. I mean, because I have a whole thing about in love to begin with.
But
That's
that's
a whole
why I say you're not in
nother
love.
story.
Yeah,
That's
but
a whole
I'm
nother
saying, not like you want to try to get back, but I'm saying, but like, do you just, you love your ex? Like,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I wish her well, stuff like that, and I hope she finds happiness and stuff like
It's
that.
different
that
than
sounds like a
love.
man that's in a relationship. I wish you well. So I ain't gonna press you too hard, son.
Nah, no bad blood, I got love for her.
You got love for her. Okay, we'll take that. Mill?
Mm.
Not at all. All right.
I mean, like, it's no feeling there. Any of my exes.
what's up?
I feel you.
Yeah, it's like,
How you doing?
that was then. This is now.
What?
I still got love for my ex. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because it was real. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I'm not saying it's
You trying, and I'm not trying to make it as like
Right.
in love, like
Right.
yeah,
you
and
know,
that's
like,
not what it
got that
is.
feeling,
Right.
but you
You
just
know, but
feel
that's
like
just like she
care about
a
him.
good person, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just
part
cool.
of your
like,
life that was
like,
impactful.
yeah,
That was there, and
she
you
may
made
be
it
better
part
for
of
the next person.
Yeah,
Feel me?
so-
So it is what it is.
So I say that to say, if your girl told you that she loves her ex, like, would you be upset? Like, if she say, you know what, I still love him. You know, what I mean, she's not saying like, like I want to be with him or nothing. I'm with you, but I still love him.
I mean,
Are
we
you
just have to-
stopping there, or are you getting more detail?
We just have to have a
Or
conversation
that's
about it.
on?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. If you love him, you can't control that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
correct.
I don't think you can control
agree.
that, right? So now, what do you do with that? You know what I mean? So, you know, it's fine because you're gonna love him if you love him. You know what I mean? He was a big if he played a big part in your life or whatever.
Yeah.
But
just because I say you don't love him, that don't mean that you're not gonna.
from here though, you know,
But let me give you
you
some
gotta
context.
set boundaries.
Yeah, so okay, boundaries. Let's give some context.
You trying
Let's
to
say-
set boundaries with a woman?
I mean,
Okay.
but I'm saying let's give some context and then wrap it up. So let's say one scenario. Let's talk about pictures. Okay, so whether it's her social media and her phone, Polaroids, whatever. If you see a picture of them, like, you could be like, oh, but this is a graduation picture. Like he was just there in there with it, da da da. Like, you know
If
what
you
I mean?
see a random picture,
Yeah, it could be in her phone, in her archives. It can be on social media.
Are you talking about
Facebook.
your girl picture?
This is your girl, but you see,
Her phone?
you see the nigga in there.
you see him in there, and you ask her. I'm giving context. So you see pictures of. First off, are you gonna be upset?
First off, why you looking at your bitch phone?
Nah, if she show you the
It
picture.
may not be in the phone. It could be like on social media or whatever. But
How would you see
First off, the picture shouldn't be on social media.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
so
So
you should remove it.
Yeah, for sure.
So you gonna have her. Okay,
So that's
That's
gonna.
facts.
and then that's what I'm saying. You may
why
ask
you
her.
gonna
and
have
be
her remove it?
Because she in another relationship.
That's a
She
part
shouldn't
of
have
life.
that
but I'm saying, but it's
from
not.
what
It's,
you
it's
put
not
out
like just
on
them. It's just like it could be like, but this is my like graduation, and he was there, and
She
it's a
can
big
crop
one for
it.
me.
She,
It doesn't.
hey,
I mean,
look.
if he was, you know,
The photo app on iPhone got crop features.
That's cool. You could just say the photo.
But don't have it on social media.
There you go.
Okay, I respect that.
Oh, so you cool with her saving the picture? of-
Yep, that's fine.
the
That's
dude
cool.
in it. Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, and
like
then
you
he be
said, it's just part of life. It was just a picture that was a part of it.
It's a picture.
Yeah, it's a picture.
Okay.
bro. Go ahead.
Second scenario. Second scenario.
Okay.
She
Yeah,
her
okay.
ex is someone that she works with. So she dated someone before you, and they work together.
That's tough.
They no longer are together, but they still work together. Of course, you know. Neither. I mean, at that point, what do you do in that scenario?
Hold on. She still love the nigga and they work together?
That's tough,
Bro,
man.
Yeah, that one's tough.
Hey, let me save you some questions, bro. She's gonna fuck that nigga, dog. If she telling you that she love him and she's working with him,
But
bro,
I'm saying the question.
there-
I'm saying the question would be like, so that you got to the. I'm saying you got to the road of like, why do you know that she loves him, right? And you'd be like, because she working with him, you still working on him, and you'd be like, maybe she had told you that originally, or just through in conversation. You'd be like, oh, you know, sometimes you'd be like, you never asked. You'd be like, then you
That's-
went to the corporate
nah,
party. You went, no, I'm saying you
she's
went.
she's
I'm
fucking
saying,
another nigga.
no.
bro.
I'm saying you went to the corporate party. Or you went to. You made,
like,
hold on. I'm giving the context. You went to the corporate party, or you
Okay.
went to whatever the venue, whatever, where
Yeah.
people are coworkers,
Uh-huh.
and you be like, "Hey, this cat, what's up?" Like you dapped him up. What's up, man? You know, you just, hey, how's it going? You a date, and then whether you find out later or through her or whatever, and she tells you, she pulls you aside like, hey, just want to let you know, or
You
before
dap the
you go,
nigga.
or before you go in.
You dap the
She
nigga
be like,
up
hey,
that I
we
hey.
know before we go in.
Yeah, before you
Yeah.
go in, but hey, I just want to let you know,
Even
that guy in there, I had a situation with.
even before
Oh,
we
too
get
late.
to that
That's
point,
too late.
Exactly. Even before we get there, if we talking about getting in a relationship, that's something you got to tell
I
me.
need to know that off
before.
top. Yeah.
That you work with him.
Yeah.
Like you still work with
Yeah.
your ex. Okay.
Yeah, that's facts. Like
Yeah.
even before we get to the Christmas party, you you got to
Let
tell
me
me
know
that shit.
when we
Yeah.
first started dating. Bitch,
That-
you got
and
exes?
but then the thing is, are
That you
you?
work.
And then what though? Okay,
Yeah,
so you
so
know
that's
then
what-
what?
with him.
That's
And
the
what?
point I'm
Exactly.
at.
Then it's up to us.
If you tell me off
Me
top, I'm
to
probably
kinda-
not gonna.
It's on how secure you are, bro.
Exactly.
How secure you are. I agree too.
I'm not dating her. Like, I mean, that's if she tell me off top, yeah,
Facts.
I
Mill's
got.
I probably
clearly-
wouldn't
Mill's clearly insecure.
No, it's
Nah,
not about insecurity.
nah.
It's about being woke, bro. Like, if a woman
Being
comfortable
woke.
enough,
Being woke.
bro, if a woman is comfortable enough to tell you that she has an ex that she still loves and she works with the nigga, bro, I'm not finna get in a relationship with her.
Yeah,
But,
I'm,
okay, let's say.
I'm
all
gonna
right,
do that over there.
Wait.
Yeah,
Gonna
that's
do
what I'm
that over
saying.
there,
You still
bro.
not over this nigga. You still love him.
You with her. You been with her for about a year. All right. New nigga pull up.
Yeah.
I mean, old nigga pull up working at, but he got a job at her workplace.
Yeah.
Now what?
It's gonna cause friction. That's actually the reason why me and my ex broke up. So yeah, nigga, it's gonna cause friction, bro. Because she is gonna
That is
spend
a tough
more
situation.
time. She's gonna
Around
spend more
him.
time around him,
Mhm.
which those feelings are going to like, bro. If she
Something's gonna
if she,
come up.
So, yeah,
So
it's
you,
gonna happen.
so I guess so, but it's a workplace, so you're just gonna. Cause I look
No.
at it today, like today's time, I do think like there's a lot of people that probably have dated someone that they work with, or even had flings relationship with someone that they work with,
Relationship,
and I think it's a very high market to where that happens,
yeah.
and so you may date someone where that's a very I think real scenario
Looking at
that can be in, and then so I feel like, of course, it's a conversation that should be coming up early and soon. Like, hey, So I just want to make sure that you know, to be secure, that you feel comfortable. I just want to let you know, X, you know, work with whatever. At that point, you got to decide.
I'm
you gonna be the male?
I'm not comfortable.
Yeah.
Like,
That and which is okay. I feel like if you're not comfortable, you should voice that to the person. You know what I mean? Because don't fake the comfortable. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna create friction in the relationship, like you said.
Because I mean, like, I don't think any dude's that secure to be like, oh, you work with a nigga that used to fuck you.
So be like, we had to work late. Blah blah blah. Like,
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, nigga,
No, you
like,
didn't. You
I'm
was
cool
fucking
with
that
that.
nigga.
but it's a real scenario, and I think it's a scenario.
Because even though she might not have feelings, he still might, and so he might still try to like throw in little jabs here and there, like, nah, you know what's good, let's go out after work, or you know what I'm saying.
On lunch,
Catch at the time when y'all beefing.
That's that's the short game. Like, that's the long term play, bro. All he got to do is play his position, be cool. You gonna fuck up, bro.
Maybe not.
It ain't 100% perfect nigga out here, bro. You gonna fuck up, and he gonna be like, damn, what's wrong?
All right, so just to wrap it up. Just to wrap it up. All right, EJ, what you doing? If she work with the ex, what you doing?
Oh, I'm not messing. I'm removing myself from that situation.
Big
So you breaking up?
Yeah.
Okay, John.
We wouldn't even be together. Like we wouldn't even got to that point to where it's like I want to make you my girl.
But if the scenario was different, where the ex moved in to the spot, or whatever.
Like, oh man, my ex.
She was already working there. Ex came. You was already with her. What you doing? What are you doing?
I mean, I would see how it goes. I mean, because if we're together for like a year,
Yeah.
then I would see how it plays out. To where I wouldn't break up with her right then and there.
Right.
I would see, and then if there's friction, then I'll be like, I ain't doing that.
Right.
You already know my stance.
Yeah.
So, I think it depends, bro. Just depend on how much you trust your lady, really. You know, so
How long they been together? What ex it is?
exactly.
You gonna size him up?
Nigga,
You gonna size him up?
what ex it is, nigga? How
just
long?
told you
Is he
shit.
lame or not? Really come down to is he lame or not?
But
You find him a threat.
But nah, yeah, it comes down to if
I
you
have to
find
be
him a
honest.
threat. But it also, I mean, like, if she fucked him, he's a threat.
Yeah, and she still love
She
him.
still think
still
about
love
that.
him.
Yeah.
Like,
It don't matter
Well, I
how
told him
lame the
you was some
nigga
great
is.
quotes today.
Yeah.
If she fucked him, he's a threat.
That's
Period, nigga.
Point blank.
So it is what it is.
Another quote.
Yeah, another quote. Yeah, so you know
Thanks.
I'm staying. I probably would stay. I'm not going to just say boom, break up out the gate. But you got to give me a little bit more to go off.
What else do you need to go off of, Zo? We gotta-
You gotta
She's
give
a-
her a chance.
You gotta give her a chance.
That I still like
A
him.
chance?
You gotta give her a chance.
chance.
If that's your girl for a year,
Yeah, nigga, if it's
Yeah,
your girl,
yeah.
you gotta give her a chance, fool.
I give her a chance, bro.
She give me no
What kind of
signs?
chance? What kind of to go fuck the nigga?
Nah,
But she came to me right away.
Not
and told
even
me.
just
to
to
show
show
She
her
her,
came to
just
me
to-
right away.
What
I'm
you mean?
cool.
Oh, what's right away, Zo?
I don't know. I mean, what the-
Exactly.
Man, you just gotta
You
give her a
said she came
chance.
to you right away? You think she's just gonna come to you right
That's
away?
what I'm saying. You don't
I'm
think she
saying,
gonna?
if she did, if
Bro,
she did.
she gonna talk
Well,
to
she
her
gonna
girl. Girl, guess who was at
You
work
gonna
today?
you gonna know. You gonna find out. She gonna be depressed. She gonna be over there not talking.
You know, I mean, it
Hey.
depends. I'm with you. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, last bit of nothing. What y'all got for your last bit of nothing? Who wants to pop it off?
I'll go. So to all my black people that are listening to this podcast, make sure you do your research on ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery. Right now, we are pushing the reparations movement, and it's a very serious topic. Do not get distracted by these politicians talking about college debt that has nothing to do with reparations. Don't let that sway your vote. We are concentrated on a specific topic, which is reparations for the descendants of slavery in America. We have to get our people back into a realistic part of society. Right now, the wealth gap in America has literally worsened in the past 20 years. So this reparation is not a compensation for that wealth gap. It is owed to us for the free labor that our ancestors were put through. So that's my
That's meal last
Big.
bit of nothing.
Yeah,
I got next.
shit. I guess I would say I'm real big on paying off debt. Get that shit dealt with, cause
It don't go away.
that shit don't go away. But also, it's like that can set you back. If you aren't really planning your finances, a lot of us, especially in the black community, we don't have the resources to really understand how to plan our resources or plan our finances, or how to have the mentors that show us how to do so. And so I think it's real important to do your research on how to get your money right and how to save properly and all that.
And with John's last bit of nothing.
Hollywood in the evening, man. You know what it is.
Going off of what John talking about, stocks and stuff, man. Like equity, like we need to get more educated on that stuff, man. Because that's how you make your money in hard America, corporate America.
Yeah.
Like,
Investing.
Agreed.
yeah. So
That was the last bit of nothing.
yes, sir.
So that's EJ. Last
EJ.
bit of nothing.
The
You
last
know?
bit of nothing.
But nah, I'm gonna take a different viewpoint. Just wanna encourage everybody to just be a good person, bro. Like it don't cost nothing to be a good person, bro. It don't cost nothing to be nice to somebody. I'm a true believer in karma, you know.
Big fact.
So it's just like, you know, if you just be a good person, bro, good things gonna happen to you. You know what I mean? Your life not gonna be hard. You know what I mean? Just be a good person. Do the right things and shit.
Your life gonna be hard.
Everything fall into
You
place.
come out on top, bro.
Yeah.
Life be hard. You be a good person. Life be hard.
Yeah,
but-
like true, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
but,
how you
but it'll
approach
come
it,
back.
too.
It'll come back.
It'll come
tenfold.
back
Yeah.
to you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I do believe it'll come back
That's all
tenfold.
I'm saying.
All right, let's watch the last bit of nothing, and then I guess mine would just be to cap it off with this, man. At the end of the day, man, love yourself. Self-love, I think, is huge, especially in the black community, or really just any community. But just self-love, man. Love on yourself, man. Compliment yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with looking at yourself in the mirror and be like, "Hey, man, I'm killing them today." Or just self-love as far as even what you have. Don't look at what the other man got and feel like, man, I should be where they at, man, because that cause lack of self-love. Focus on what you got. Look at the things that you have to be appreciative for. You got life. That's all you got. Then love that. Love that you got life, and just love yourself. Practice. Telling positive things to yourself. Loving the thing that you like about yourself. You can be the girl. I'm ugly, but I got the booty though. You know what I mean? Even if it's that, ain't hating on it. Love it.
I got that ass though.
Love it though. Love it. Own it, man. Love yourself, man. It's huge, man. It takes you further and further in life. It makes you enjoy life more when you love yourself, and you can love others better when you love yourself. That's my last bit of nothing. You heard a whole lot of nothing, and we out.
We gone. Whole lot of nothing, nigga.
I'll see it.
Mm.